Yeah, you talked about it before the play.
Yeah.
You said simply, if he takes away that slant, then he's going to have to go someplace else. And Tommy Hill saw the same thing.
Yeah, I think they kind of knock Shedeur for arm talent. That's not an arm talent thing. I panicked.
Yep.
And I can't be late to the field on a hitch, right?
Like, it's just too long of a throw.
It's just too long. We've seen him throw those over routes, those sail routes. I don't worry about his arm talent. Yeah. I just think he panicked.
Yeah.
At that particular stage in the game, I know it was early, but he was clearly seeing ghosts.
Yeah. I was listening to actually Johnny Manziel talk about it, and he said, I've been there. I've been in that situation where I just don't know what to do, and I just throw it. And that's what happens.
Well, yeah, because he's getting pressure from the backside. MJ Sherman had a fantastic rush.
Yeah.
I mean, if the ball doesn't get picked off, I mean, they easily could have got a safety for holding in the end zone.
Yep.
But that's what happens.
How good has MJ Sherman been?
Yeah, he's been
playing great.
Quietly.
What we thought last year he might be, he became.
He's finally in elite level shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks amazing.
But on that play, and I'll break it down as well, but you only have 3 guys in the route. They had 6 in coverage.
Yeah.
So Tommy Hill had no work. He just could sit there and play vision on the QB and play flat-footed and just read it perfectly. And it was a long throw. I mean,
you don't have to play it honest.
Right.
When you can't run the ball.
Right.
You had one quarterback who was seeing ghosts. The other, I say it over and over, poise. That's the word for him. You know, Dylan is just a poised guy. And really, if you start counting him up, he's somewhere in the top half, top quarter of the Big Ten as of right now.
Yeah, listen, I clearly think he's the answer.
Yeah.
So
whatever the question.
We can't just, players, coaches, they can't be the question. Right? Like, he's the answer. He is wise beyond his years. I think I would venture to guess his only other turnover-worthy play was the other ball laid over the middle against UTEP before he hit the touchdown pass.
Yep.
So his ability to bounce back is incredible, as is his control. Getting in and out of plays and setting protection is ridiculous. Now, if I have one minor criticism, a little too much air on the ball sometimes. I'd like to just put it on him, like an on-him ball. The one to Lloyd, even the second one to Lloyd. But Lloyd, Jalen's probably got to pull that one in, but just put it on him.
And I know you know this as a defensive lineman. The frustrating thing is how easily he moves in the pocket to make guys miss.
How about his slide game?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, I mean, even another play I'll break down, but when he steps in the pocket and he gets that one over the seam to Borkature, that DN come on the backside, beats Turner Corcoran and reaches, but just enough step up in the pocket. His feel is fantastic in the pocket.
When's the last time you've seen a young guy climb the pocket like that in big boy football?
They don't do it.
They don't.
With the criticism.
No, you go out, you scramble out.
It's very rare
you scramble
to see
out
young
and you limit your vision over the field.
You
got to climb the pocket so you get the whole field and keep the timing up. But yeah, he does not. I keep calling him a true freshman. He's not playing like a true freshman right now. He's playing like a third-year starter.
Kind of down to 2 running backs now with the Oars. Talk about what Dowdell's done so far, and Rahmir, as they call him a changeup, but he's kind of the starter in a way.
And I mean, I talked to Coach Barthel before the game, and Ramirez clearly seeing it well. His vision, his ability to hit creases. He had the long run called back. He still possesses that breakaway speed, but Dowdell's kind of becoming that hammer. The way that I like to describe him is he's the guy that's running down the hallway. He's not going to move to the right. He's not going to move to the left.
Right.
He's just going to sprint down that hallway as fast as he can. And I felt like, to his credit and to Coach Barthel, he's kind of added he's a little more sudden than he was in the spring. He was always a straight line runner, right? Like needed a hole, but he's hitting it so hard. Yeah. He's climbing on your toes as a defender before you get a chance to think, right? He could have made Shiloh miss.
Oh, yeah.
But he wanted to lower boom, and it set the tone.
That first touchdown, and let's talk about the offensive line, how well they blocked on that touchdown run. But a third member of kind of the running game is Ja'Cory Barney, with some of the things they do as well.
Yeah, with the motion, the jet sweep, how you like to utilize him, and he's electric, he's explosive, he's a home run hitter, and they can use him in all sorts of things. And when you get those big body guys on the edge, but you throw him in as a changeup, that guy that's the Florida guy with the speed and can go from 0 to 60 in a blink of an eye. It's a nice changeup to what Nebraska wants to do offensively.
I'm greedy, so on those crossing routes, those little shallow crosses, just get back vertical, because you can crease that thing. Instead of trying to make it a foot race across the field, first of all, it's hard on your blockers.
Yeah.
But number 2, just get back vertical, because that thing will part like the Red Sea. Just put your foot in the dirt and get back vertical. And He will bump his head on the goalpost quite a few times. He'll come out of the back.
Late in the game, he actually did that and tried to break through and almost got through, just got tripped up. Last thing before we get to the highlights, special teams obviously is a concern. Missed field goal, blocked punt, long return, knowing you have to kick the ball in the end zone against them. Thoughts on special teams?
Yeah, it is definitely a work in progress. Coach Rule mints no words. It is the worst that he's seen, and that's saying something, you know. And it starts with the basics, right? You have to be able to snap the ball. It's a timing deal, and you have to have confidence, right? From which hash to which hash. And then punting direction. For Buschini to hit the ball as well as he had, they're still 99th in net punting, which has got to get a little bit better. But he has been good inside the 20.
Yes.
Which is impressive. So if I'm looking to keep my glass half full, the return game, they're going to get one before the year is over. I like the aggressiveness in the return game.
Yeah, you got to give credit to IGC of scooping it up.
And Bernie. Like, those guys are, those guys want to have.
As poor as it was, I mean, they blocked a field goal as well.
They did.
So you got to give.
And should have got another.
Yes,
yeah.
I agree.
Low trajectory, that's what he does.
Yeah.
We saw it coming.
Why kick that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they did that.